It's funny. People have asked me, where did this grit and this determination come from? And I can tell you that I grew up in a pretty privileged family. But in high school, I had 3 jobs. I was modeling, I was working at a florist, and I was making barrettes to sell at another boutique. So take that girl, a 10, 11, 12, 13, 14-year-old, into a 41-year-old woman who was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I kind of lost my way in those other years, where I became kind of directed and influenced in a different path. I was very materialistic. I was very caught up in worldly things. I was very self-serving versus very selfless. And so once I was diagnosed with cancer, I went back to who I really was, which was a girl that was a hardworking girl that had a lot of grit and determination, had a lot of grit and grace. And so I kind of found myself, I guess I would say. I got lost for a while and I found myself again. I've been in front of a camera for so many years that I feel like I'm so comfortable speaking in front of people, talking about, the things I did wrong and now the things that I'm doing right, because that's what people want to see and hear. They want the vulnerability. They want the honesty. They don't want you to say, oh, I had this amazing breast cancer journey because I got through it and my friends helped me and my family showed up. That's not true. It's not authentic. So I just put it all out there. And so I think that's why people are attracted to my story, because I'm very vulnerable and very honest about the things that I did wrong. And my cancer journey was not easy. And so I talk about that a lot too. Somebody asked me recently why I talk about thriving so much. Why don't I just talk about surviving? And this person was easily offended that I said, well, I'm thriving. I don't really see it as surviving. Everybody's perception is their reality. Everybody's opinion is their right to have, right? If I want to define my years after my diagnosis as thriving because of what I'm doing, that's my right. And if that offends somebody because I'm not talking about surviving, that's really their issue. They're different to me. Thriving is taking something that terrible happened to you and using it as a force to help other people. That's really thriving.